So, round 2 of this Nations Cup, and we are at Suzuka for 12 laps with some 90s GT cars. And as you're gonna see, it's gonna be torrential rain. So that is exactly why I'm gonna go with the powerful rear-wheel drive Lambo. So now jumping straight to qualifying. When we come to the end and well, someone decides to crash, but never mind that. Come to the end, qualifying in 9th, just 8 tenths from the leader. So yeah, not the best qualifying, but it's not gonna matter because it decided to freeze. So yeah. So now to the next race and to the end of qualifying, where I do a 2:04.5, which is enough to put me into 5th. And now looking at the weather radar, and well, yeah, torrential, absolutely coming down, making sure to get on those wets so we don't spin out on the first corner, well, before the first corner. But yeah, to the start of the race, where, well, let's see now, the super up ahead on the wrong tires almost takes out the Porsche. Yeah, but anyway, coming down to turn 1, looking on the inside of the GTR, not quite getting anything done there. Obviously the Lambo is not good in the corners, it's extremely slow through the corners, but obviously on straight line, that's where it shines. As the GTR comes back, tries to come back around actually, but doesn't quite get through. And now going through the S's, gonna be causing a bit of a traffic jam through the section. You can see 3 cars behind me on the radar, and I don't know how many more behind there, but yeah, coming out the S's, actually getting a position up into 4th, getting a bit sideways, but yeah, making out alive so far. Now coming through here, where does anything happen? Kind of got into the back of the McLaren. The other McLaren comes through, but then ends up going off. And then the other Frenchman in the GTR gets back through. So yeah, that puts us back into 5th. Now coming to the hairpin, trying to be careful, try not to take anyone out through here. And yeah, making it through. Cruising by the McLaren through there. GTR getting a bit sideways. And yeah, cruising by the GTR as well. That gets me up into 3rd. See the GTR just there behind, looking for a move probably, but not quite getting anything done. Now we're going to be coming onto the straight over here, where, well, yeah, be able to just see the speed of the Lambo. Like, look how much we're catching up to the Porsche there. Look at all the speed! But now obviously the speed isn't quite enough to get past before 1.0, so kind of to brake there, not going off happily. Now coming down to this corner, braking at the 100 mark, trying to get as close as possible to the Porsche and try to get a good exit. That's extremely difficult to actually get a decent exit out of here. As you can see, Lambo's easily getting sideways, but now again you'll be able to see all the speed. Look at that, effortlessly getting past the Porsche and getting up into 2nd, just like that there. Obviously now coming through the S's, do we have to be a little wary of what's happening behind, going a bit wide through there. But yeah, looking like the move is done. Now we just need to hunt down 1st place, and hunt down I did as we come to lap 3 on the hairpin, where I go off and absolutely murder bit 7269 into the barrier and into the shuttle realm. Surprisingly only gets in a 2-second penalty for that though. It'll be like a 5-second penalty or something. But yeah, dropping down to 6 from that, so actually not that far behind, not that far back. But not to worry, it's not race ruined. We will make up some moves and we will get back to where we were. So now coming to lap 6, we have caught up a bit, getting past the McLaren on the inside, bit of contact there as you get coming into the braking zone, getting a bit sideways, a bit more sideways, probably losing some time by doing that there. There's McLaren just coming through on the outside just like that. But yeah, again, you shall see the speed of the Lambo as well. Yeah, just walk by the McLaren. Coming up onto 130 again behind the Porsche. Not quite having enough, well, not having enough speed to actually get by through there. Bit of contact through there, but no. Coming down to here, braking in time. Porsche does go a bit, that goes a bit on there, but now coming onto the straight. On the outside of the Porsche also does have some pretty decent straight line speed as well. McLaren's there, but he's just gonna get dropped, so I need to worry about that. Porsche's trying to close the door on me a bit, but yeah, side by side, coming down to turn 1, and yeah, we get through. Getting by the Porsche a bit sideways, coming into here, and going a bit wide, but it's probably the ideal line in these conditions. And yeah, getting up into third, just like that. And now moving to lap 8, coming through the S's behind this R32 GTR. Obviously, they're 4-wheel drive, so probably a bit easier to power out of the corners. But yeah, again, staying behind, looking for some place to get past. Coming through here, exiting the S's, and I just managed to mess it up and go off a bit. And that, well, yeah, that allows them to pull away. But now lap 10, where I do catch up again. Behind the GTR, there's a yellow flag, but that's a lap car behind. Anyway, on the inside of the GTR, going a bit off there, not quite getting the move done. Coming down to the braking point, where he goes off, and that allows me to get back up into 7th, or I mean first. Allows me to get back up into first. And yeah, that's me and the Portuguese person back in 2nd and 1st, just like that there. So yeah, that basically means now I need to hunt him down, but obviously not absolutely murder him, and send him flying into the shallow realm. So yeah, let's see. But before that, I now keep going on about the speed of the Lambo, but this R32 is the only other car that actually has more power in this race than this. So yeah, that's my only like real competitor for the speed. And as you can see, coming down on the inside on me, side by side through the first corner, and yeah, he gets through there. Tried to get a bit of a switcheroo situation done, but doesn't work out, and that allows them to get through. But now coming through the S's, that seems to be going a bit slower. I guess maybe the GTR just isn't that good in the corners. Maybe it has good corner exit speed, but yeah, coming through here, I'm right behind him, looking for the move, trying not to make a mistake going off there like the last time. And maybe they might make a mistake through this corner. Let's see what happens. Braking a bit early, and once again he goes off through there. So yeah, that's 2nd again. Hopefully can try and stay here, or try and keep them behind. Now have them come by again, because we need to get that first place. So on to the last lap, first place is gone. As I brake late and go wide, and the GTR, well, he also kind of does the same thing, and I guess he also goes wide through there. But yeah, coming up onto the straight before 130, and looking at the gap behind as a result of that. Yeah, I'm actually increasing the gap from the person behind, so I'm guessing well yeah, 2nd is in the bag if I don't mess up this corner. Sliding through there, getting through, hopefully I brake in time, braking a bit early actually. Getting around here, kinda right there behind me, and I just need to put the power down, and yeah, getting a bit sideways, but yeah, I guess that is a 2nd for this race. So yeah, pretty good results, especially considering the murder earlier. Ugh. But yeah, second place. Lovely. And now to the end of qualifying for the second and final race. I'm doing a 203, which puts me up into third, well, puts me up into fourth actually. Yeah, so now, like the last race, it is maximum with the rain. Well, I say maximum with the rain. The starting and, well, the first few laps were completely dry, as you can see, with the water meter, whatever it's called. So yeah, I am on the wet, so might be at a bit of a disadvantage as we go through the first corner. Coming out, still in fourth. You can see there's like a few cars behind me on the radar, and 3 cars ahead of me are already pulling. So yeah, as we get rear-ended and pushed off, and look at all of them, all that yellow flying by. So yeah, straight away into second to last, just like that. Yeah, so not a good start at all. Looking at the weather radar, it's, yeah, no rain basically, that's just clouds essentially. So yeah, the bit of a disadvantage so far. So let's see if we can actually make something out of this and hopefully do well, as someone just stuck there in a barrier. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, 13th. But anyway, coming into the open, where potential move on the inside of the Italian in the other Lambo. Stay on the inside, gain similar exit, but it just seems to, well, yeah, pull away a bit. But now moving on to Spoon Curve, where he just touches across there, gets a bit wonky on the braking, and goes wide. And there's someone else that goes off as well. So that's 2 positions so far. Well, I say 2 positions, as he comes back around and comes past me. So yeah, at least there's 1 overtake over and done with. As we come up to 130R, where I'm gonna brake a bit too late, and, well, yeah, I try to avoid him and go a bit wide, and losing those 2 positions, which puts me into loss. Well, as those 2 kind of fight, Nissan gets pushed out, and, well, at least we're past the Nissan. As 2 others go into the pit, so I guess that's back up into 11th, and obviously because McLaren's like so slow in the straight line, that's 10th. So actually, from last to what, 4th to last or something, to 10th. Ooh, as I get absolutely rear-ended by the McLaren. Yeah, must be like on hard tires or whatever. So yeah, that's 11th. And I'm moving on to lap 4. A few people did pit, that's why I'm in 9th. You can see the Ferrari behind me coming around on the inside. In the past there, I did get a bit, well, yeah, get a bit loose on the cross, losing some traction, which just makes it that much easier for the GTR to also get by. But now, as you can see, as you'll probably see rather, it is starting to rain a bit more, and the track's also starting to get quite a bit more wet, which means my tires can start, well, finally start coming to their own, and I can actually be a bit more competitive through here. So yeah, not all hope is gone. Potential win, hopefully, at least even a second, can happen as I kind of go off there a bit. But yeah, let's see what happens. But anyway, moving on to lap 6, where the track is way more wet than how it was 2 laps ago. And getting the run on his Ferrari, getting the move through there, and yeah, getting the position done, coming into the airpin, getting a bit fast there. But do not murder someone this time through here, like the last time. And yeah, coming through this section, see the Lambo is getting a bit loose there. Ferrari in front as well. As we catch up, looking on the inside, braking a bit later, braking on the better line in the wet, I guess. And getting the move done on the Ferrari. And then how about this Nissan in front? He's holding his line, and he moves to the outside, and I move to the inside and use the speed and power of the Lambo to get through and get up into 5th. And obviously further back, I cuts out a little bit where other people pitted. So yeah, there was a few positions up there also. So yeah, doing really well considering that I was well in loss. As more people pit from inters to the wets, so that potentially there's a few more positions as we come to the end of lap 6, getting completely sideways through there. And yeah, look at that, another move or another position, and another one up into third, just like that, from lost to third. Very nice, very lovely. And yeah, time to hunt down the other two up ahead. So yeah, anyway, fast forwarding through the S's, and look at that, catching up rather nicely to the Lambo. Up ahead, coming through here. Does he break in time? Yep. Gets through there, not going off. Does go a bit wide. Well, not wide. Gets onto the apex. And yeah, not getting the corner exits. And that allows me to just cruise on by into second. And well, yeah, I guess second is all that we could do. Because, well, I finished in second. Although I did manage to take down the gap from 16 seconds to about 12-ish. Well, yeah, 12. But yeah, I guess that wasn't enough. Still, really good results. And well, yeah, 2 seconds, or 2 second places rather. Yeah, good results. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye.